In this lesson, we are going to go over the TextJoin and Concat functions. So let's take a look first at the TextJoin. So like any other function, we will type in the function name, which is TextJoin, open the parentheses, and what it wants to know is a delimiter. Now that is how you are going to separate each of the values. That can be anything, but most commonly you will use a comma or a space. So let's first look at a comma. So you would want to put that in quotes, and that would be quote, comma, close quote. Then it wants to know if you want to ignore empty cells. Then you will give it the text that you want to join, and here it's going to be A1 through C1. So let's see what that looks like. Peter, Paul, and Mary. Now that looks pretty good, but I might like a space after the comma. So what I could have done inside of these quotes is after the comma, I could have just hit the space bar because a space is a character. And now you will see, oh, that's spaced a little better. Okay, Peter, Paul, and Mary. So that's all there is really to using the TextJoin function. You simply identify the delimiter and the data. Now maybe I want to do something even more different here, and I would say, okay, for the delimiter, I just want a space. I don't want anything. So I put a space inside that quote. Forgot to type the function. Okay, so quote, space, close quote. Am I going to ignore empty cells? True. And A1 through C1. And there's that. So a little bit different. So you can do it any number of ways, any way you want to do it. Now, similar is the concat function, and the concat function really only takes one argument, and that is basically your data. So if we put concatenate A1 through C1, boom, that's what it does. Just puts everything all together. That has its uses, but you might not want to do that. So maybe you want to do something like equals concat. And I'll start off by saying I know, and put that in quotes. And I'm going to put a space after the word know because I wanted to say I know Peter, Paul, and Mary. So I would say I know A1. Then I wanted to say Paul, but first I want a space, so I'll put a space in there. And then I'll put B1. And then after that, I wanted to say and Mary. But after B1, I want a space and then after the word and, I want another space. Do I? No, I want a space here. And then C1. Let's see how that looks. And that's exactly what I was going for. I know Peter, Paul, and Mary. Now maybe after Peter, Paul, and Mary, you might want a comma. So here I could have put a comma space, and after B1, maybe I want a comma space, so I would have to put that in quotes, comma space. See how that looks. So here I have, I know Peter, Paul, oh, I have an extra space here. So I don't want that. So I can take out a space here from the and. See how that looks. And I think that looks pretty good. I know Peter, Paul, and Mary. So by using literals, using quotes, you can decide where you want a comma, where you want a space, and have your data look the way you want. And that is basically how to use TextJoin and Concat.